So, continuing with some new topics for today, but before I do so, I wanted to share that there is a source I forgot to say last time, which was I gave 7 qualities that foster trust in God, and specifically it's from Rabbi Rabbi Bachya ibn Pakuda. All right, so I'm going to share about the word mazel, which is kind of going to be interesting. It's from this information is from Mendel, Kalmenson, and Zalman Abraham, Chabad.org. So when we learn about mazel, Rabbi Shimon in the Midrash says there is not a single herb, or spice that doesn't have a constellation in the heavens that strikes it and tells it to grow. In the Talmud, Shabbat 156a, it says, "One who is born under the sun will be a radiant person. He'll eat from his own and drink from his own, and his secrets will be exposed. If he steals, he will not succeed. One who is born under Venus will be a rich and promiscuous." Oh, by the way, I just want to say that while they gave me the source, they didn't actually Zalman, Abraham, and Mendel Kalmenson didn't read out all of the. They didn't share all of this. They just said you could learn from Talmud Shabbat 156a what it says about each of the signs. So I'm going to try to go through some of them. What it says in the Talmud. So I shared about the sun, right? One who is born under the sun sign. I think that's Leo. Then we have one who's born under Venus. I'm pretty sure that's Libra, but I don't know which ones. Obviously, there's multiple ones born under different signs. So one who's born under Venus will be a rich and promiscuous person. Why? Because fire was born. Then we have one who was born under Mercury will be enlightened and expert person because Mercury is the sun's scribe, which means it's closest to the sun. Okay, Google, which of the horoscopes are born under Mercury?
On the website astrograph.com, they say Mercury represents the mind and intellect and rules
Gemini and Virgo. Okay, Google, which of the horoscopes are ruled by Venus?
On the website hindustantime.com, they say zodiac signs ruled by Venus. If you are a Taurus or Libra, consider yourself
Taurus or Libra. All right. So, okay, Google, be quiet. So the one who's born under the moon, which is Cancer, will be a person who suffers pains, who builds and destroys and builds, who eats not from his own and drinks not from his own, and whose secrets are hidden. If he steals, he'll succeed. And we're thinking about the moon. It's like the moon is constantly changing form. The light is not its own, and which at times is exposed and at times hidden. Okay, Google, which signs are born under the moon? Gemini. One who's born under Saturn, which I believe is Aquarius, will be a person whose thoughts are for naught. And some say that everything that others scheme about him will be for nothing. Okay, Google, what is the horoscopes under Saturn?
On the website astrograph.com, they say it rules over the signs
Capricorn and Aquarius. Okay, Google, which signs are under Jupiter?
On the website people.com, they say, meanwhile, Jupiter rules
Sagittarius and Pisces. One who was born under Jupiter, which in Hebrew is called Tzedek, will be a righteous person, which is a tzadkan. Then we have one who's born under Mars, which as far as I remember is Scorpio. Okay, Google, which signs are born under Mars? And maybe Aries.
On the website L.com, they say, Mars is classified as a male fix or a trigger for challenges and rules over both of the zodiac signs
Yeah, Scorpio and Aries. Okay, and so it says one who is born under Mars will be one who spills blood. Rabbi Ashi says he'll be either a bloodletter of a thief, a slaughterer of animals, or a circumciser. The Talmud says the blessings of health, children, and livelihood do not depend on merit, rather they depend on fate or mazal. The Jerusalem Talmud recounts the Amalekites would place soldiers at the front line on their birthday because they believed the soldier wouldn't easily fall on his birthday because the mazal is most dominant on the birthday. The etymological cognate nazal or nozel flowing down. Every person has, you could literally say it's the mucus coming from the nose flowing, but that's a horrible way to say it. But anyway, everything has a reservoir of spiritual energy in the higher realms and dormant potential above. And but the destiny is determined below. So So this dormant potential above that can descend down into the physical blessings depends on our actions and input. So fate is decreed above, destiny is determined below. Mazal actively mediates between the two dimensions so that the materializing of the heavenly decrees is in the form of a blessing and not, the opposite. For example, the Jewish New Year, Rosh Hashanah, the rain is decreed as fate, but daily prayers manifest the allotted fortune in a non-destructive way, in a flourishing way for crops. Think of example of it's not one big flood in one day. It's a little bit of rain every so often. And in Chassidus, we say the bracha from ha-mavorach, to lower down, like the root of the word, or brecha, which means a reservoir, a spring, like a pool, really. These both indicate a channeling of the stores to be actualized and reveal goodness here and now. Rabbi Yochanan said the Jews are not governed by Mazal in the astrological sense of the planets. The Rambam Maimonides says there's no place at all in the Jewish faith for astrology. Rashi and Tosafos, which is the commentaries on Rashi, or from that time, from Rashi's time, Jews not powerless, bound by the influence of Mazal. Jews are not powerless, bound by the influence of Mazal, and can change the expression and outcome, overcoming inclination, self-transformation. And Abbaye says about the like one who was born under Jupiter will be a righteous person. It says that Rabbah, as a judge, so a few of these are from Abbaye, said Rabbah, as a judge, did this to punish, did this too, punishing and killing. So it's saying so even someone who was very good and righteous could have been someone who was born under one of the signs that was mentioned and had to use those signs, for their work, even if the work was totally in line with what the Torah wanted for them. And just as an example, each of them have a reason. So we said Tzedek for Jupiter, and Tzadkan means righteous, and then we talked about the moon. And then when it comes to Venus, we'd say during the hour of Venus, the evil perpetual fire, which is the evil inclination, was born also, right? For riches and for promiscuity. And Rabbi Akiva said tzedakah saves from death, and this is the idea that even if the mazal would dictate a death, the tzedakah saves. His daughter at the wedding fed a poor person, which actually prevented the prediction of her death. She put a pin into the wall, and the hairpin, and it killed a snake that was there. And I'm also going to share how Hilchos Gerushin chapter 1, Mishneh Torah, says the Torah established 10 principles as fundamentals to be effective. 1, a man must voluntarily initiate the divorce. That was A. B, that he must effect the divorce by means of a written document and through no other means. C, the document must communicate he's divorcing his wife and releasing her from his domain. D, that it should utterly sever the connection between husband and wife. E, that he should be written, that the get should be written for the sake of the woman being divorced. F, that once the get's written, there should be no action necessary except for its transfer to the woman. G, that he should actually transfer the get to her. H, that he should transfer the get to her in the presence of witnesses. I, that he should actively transfer to her for the sake of divorce. And J, that the husband or his agent should be the one who gives the term. In Devarim 24, it says, if it comes to pass that she doesn't find favor in your eyes, and he will write a bill of divorce for her and place it in her hand and send her from his home. If a woman's divorced against her husband's will, the divorce is invalid. A woman may, however, be divorced either voluntarily or against her will. The positive commandment is that a person who desires divorce should do so by giving her a bill of divorce. The negative commandment is after a divorcee remarries, her previous husband may never remarry her. And in Micha, I want to share a few more points here. One is that Micha, the prophet, chapter 5, verse 2, says, out of thee shall come forth unto me that is to be the ruler of Israel, one whose goings forth are from of old, from ancient days. And Micha chapter 6, verse 8, what the Lord requires of you only to be just, love, kindness, and love and go modestly with God. The Lubavitcher Rebbe says on the Tanya, only we can think of ourselves as sinners when we reflect on the youth, on the past. In the moment, we can only be in the present, considering ourselves sinless and untainted by transgression. At any moment, we can meditate on it and awaken divine compassion, arousal of love and fear, godly service. Their hearts are in their control, tzaddik. The mind controls the heart, benani, and they're controlled by their hearts. That's the level of Rasha. The inability to control the heart is in and of itself a punishment. Rabbi Levi Yitzchak Shneerson, the Rebbe's father, said that we could think of our three forefathers as the holidays. You have Yitzchak, Shavuos, Abraham, Pesach, and Yaakov, Sukkot. They went in. These are the three holidays where you have to do a pilgrimage to Jerusalem, to the Beis Hamikdash, but to Israel. I mean, from all over to Jerusalem and Israel. Shavuos is when we got the Torah after 49 days of counting. Pesach is when we were freed from Egypt, and Sukkot is the ingathering is basically when we had the divine clouds of glory protecting us in the desert. And also, it's like each one of these is related to a season. So the Shavuos is summer, is spring, Sukkot is fall, and Pesach is Shavuos is summer, Sukkot is spring, is fall, and Abraham is spring. And I think from here we're going to stop, and I wish you a beautiful rest of your day. All the best to you. Bye.